What's up, nerds? Goz Master here with another magic puzzle quest. Today's quest, Zendikar Rising card gallery. We're going to be doing a review of the new cards coming for Zendikar Rising. Yes! We're going to be covering the mythics and the masterpieces in today's. This is a big video. Bear with me. Comment below. Join, subscribe, like, comment. Lots to cover. Allow us to get right into it so that we may cover these things ASAP and go to it. All right, so first card we have a couple cards here, but the first mythic we have is Agadeem's Awakening. 6 mana, 18 stored mana, land fall forming, black spell card. Return the first 3 different creatures with base mana cost X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield under your control. X is this card's stored mana. I've kind of already previewed some of the cards. I've gone through them. It looks like we're going to get a lot of black and green Reanimator. I love Reanimator, and this card is going to be a definite fit for that. Land forming, create an Agadeem the Undercrypt token. I don't know what that token is. I'm excited to see what these tokens do. I do know that land forming, yes, when land forming is when you swap a certain way. It says when you swap vertically or horizontally, laterally, I don't know. It gives an explanation in the new update. That's when something happens. So I'm not sure if that's just 3 gems, if it has to be 5 gems, or what it is. But we will learn that as the rules get undercovered. And I'll do a separate video going over the update rules, but I won't be able to do that probably till early next week. So here we go. All right, so is this a good card? I love this card. I think it's fantastic. I love Reanimator, so it's a chase card for me. It's 6 mana plus the 18 there. And in addition to that, if you're using something that brings it back for full mana, you've got a lot of things that can be broken on with that. All right. Akiri, Fearless Voyager, 13 mana, legendary creature, core warrior, 6/6 for a white-red creature. When your first creature attacks, if you control an equipment support, that creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Then draw a card. When you cast an equipment card, target creature you control gains bravery and prevent damage until end of turn. Meh. 13 for a 6/6 is pretty beefy. That's nice. If we can get the thing to get double strike, then Fiery Emancipation becomes a real factor with this, and all the other stuff are kind of sprinklings on top. Not super impressed, but okay. Let's see. That's a pretty full art card. Ancient Green Warden. Can you tell what deck this goes in? 20. Vigilance. Green. 8/10. That's a beast of a card. It's one of the bigger ones. Creature Elemental. At the beginning of combat on your turn, return the first land support from your graveyard to the board under your control. Okay, so if we get some good land cards that have enters battlefields effects, this would be kind of cool. When a land support enters the board under your control, convert 6 gems to green Planeswalker's colors. 6 gems to your Planeswalker's colors. You know it's a green Planeswalker. This effect can trigger up to 3 times per turn. So one of those is going to be whatever he attacks, he brings, or at the beginning of combat, even if he doesn't attack, he brings a support from your graveyard back to the board. Again, Reanimator, it's bringing stuff back from the graveyard to the board. I like this card. I give it a like. Do I love it? I think it can have some synergy, so we're actually going to give it a heart. Is it a chase card? As of right now, it's not until I build the deck. This is one of those cards. There's 2 types of chase cards. There's ones that fit a specific role in a build and are key to a build, and there are those that are just broken all by themselves. For example, Song of Creation is broken all by itself. It doesn't matter what deck it's in, it does its thing, and it's a powerful card. Another card like Avatar of Growth is a chase card, but it fits a specific role. It's in typically mono green decks or in green conversion decks. It doesn't fit all other builds as well, but it's still a chase card in my opinion. All right, moving on. Angel of Destiny. Oh my god. 21 mana, flying double strike, 5/9 white angel cleric. It's important. While on the battlefield, all creatures gain lifelink. Yes. At the end of your turn, if you have full life, your opponent's Planeswalker loses half of their life rounded up. What? Absolutely a chase card. Angel of Destiny, meet my cousin Vito over here. Hey, yo, Vito, check out the Angel of Destiny. This Angel Cleric over here is going to help you win the battle, all right? It's good. Let's do it. All right. Sounds fantastic. All right. I'm excited to put this in my Vito deck. It's going to be bonkers. Can she help make Sorin Grim Nemesis great again? I don't even think he's needed. Anyways, moving on. Anawan, the Ruin Thief, 14 mana for a blue-black 3/5 menace creature, legendary, vampire rogue. While on the battlefield, your rogue creatures get +2/+2. When a rogue creature you control deals combat damage to your opponent's planeswalkers, destroy the top X cards of your opponent's library, then draw a card then draw a card. X is the damage dealt that way. Okay, I don't know if this is going to be any good. This is one of those cards where it's probably one synergistic piece of a bigger puzzle. There are going to be a lot of rogues because in Zendikar, that's one of the main meta builds, or meta decks is a rogue build. And there's one rogue in particular that is absolutely exciting in paper, and I hope it's just as good in PQ. So we'll see. So this one, I'm going to like it just because it might feed, and it's not what I'm chasing until I see what that deck type does in this set. All right, moving on. There's some really good rares too that I've seen so far. I haven't looked at all of them. Aslaya, Soul of the Wild, 20 mana, green, 4/4, creature elemental. At the beginning of your turn, convert X gems to green. X is the number of non-token creatures and non-token creature reinforcements you control. Yes! Up to 12. That's still pretty good though. Then this creature's power and toughness become equal to the number of green gems until end of turn. Bonkers. This guy is going to be a beast. Yeah, absolute chase card. Again, green and black are getting a ton of beef. They're getting so much reanimator fuel for the new Nissa Planeswalker, which is going to be black and green, to really go off. Frankly, Garruk and those kinds of guys, I mean, black-green is going to be devastating with this type of reanimator strategy that's going to be on the board. It's going to move quick. It's going to move quick. All right, moving on. Just looking for the Mythics. Some of those cards, I'm not even looking at some of these cards. The art is amazing. I'm trying not to look at the rares because I don't want to I don't want to be stoned into them. All right, so this is a first Planeswalker, Chandra, flamecaller, 13 mana for red, 5 loyalty, support card Vanguard, Chandra, it's a Vanguard. At the end of your opponent's turn, shuffle the board, and then discard all cards without mana from your hand and drop to 3 cards. Oh my god, that is brutal. 2 things I love about the new set that I've seen in these cards. Shuffle the board. Brilliant. I never even conceived of that. That's a great idea. Let's shuffle the board. Can you imagine how much landfall is going to happen? Now, most of this shuffling the board is going to happen in your end step. At the end of your opponent's turn, shuffle the board. Oh my goodness. Actually, never mind. That's even better because then we get all the mana from it. Dude, this is such a chase card. This is going to fit in every red deck. Oh my god, this is going to be so good. This is going to be so huge. Oh, finally, a Vanguard worth playing outside of Tamiyo. All right. Then discard all your cards without mana from your hand. Bone Miser is a beast. I saw Nalthazar's video spotlighting Bone Miser, and I've been playing that thing like crazy. I absolutely love it, especially with my Subira deck and my Glint and a couple of the new cards that are coming out. It's going to be ridiculous what's happening in discard. I'm excited. It's one of my favorite play types, too. My first Paper Magic deck was a Bruiser deck. It was black and blue. People hated playing against me, but I would discard your hand with like Hypnotic Specters and that kind of thing, and like and then I would draw tons of cards with Brain Geyser, and then I would counter all your spells with the counter. So it was awful. It was a Bruiser permission deck. I love discard, but after learning the techniques and strategies of discard, it's difficult to use and win tournaments because of the one-to-one exchange. This is going to be brutal with that. All right, -9. So that's a plus. Okay, what's the +1? I didn't even see that. At the end of your opponent's turn, is that your static ability? Oh, I can't tap on these. Darn it. I forgot. That's just its static ability. That's disgusting. I'd like to see what else it does. There it is. Create 3 elemental tokens. All right, I'm sure they're 1/1s with haste. And then third, destroy a block of 5/5 gems and deal 10 damage to each creature and each planeswalker. So that's everybody, including yourself. Very interesting. Yeah, no, I don't even care about the second and third abilities. They're kind of just buffers just to get up, just in case. But that first ability, all day. I'll take that all day. It's worth it all by itself. This is absolutely a chase card. Totes want it. It'll fit in any red deck. All right, next one. Charix, the Raging Isle. 20 mana. It's got Defender, Legendary, 320. It's a big butt. That is a huge booty. Creature, Leviathan Crab. While on the battlefield, your opponent's spells cost 5 more to cast. Okay, a little control, little defense. When you activate a loyalty ability, this creature gets +X, -X until end of turn. X is the number of blue gems. So you don't have more than 20 blue gems on the board, or else you'll kill your creature. And if he's taking damage because of Defender, that's going to bring him down as well. So very important to pay attention to. Can be when you activate a loyalty ability. So it's going to be on your turn until end of turn. Yep, and then its booty comes back on the next one. So, okay, cool. I'm not impressed, but I'm sure it's going to see some play. It's going to be good for newer players looking to make sure they're keeping a big wall in front of them and their life total. All right, so that's pretty, man. That's a gorgeous full art card. All right, so we got Conqueror's Pledge, 12 mana white spell card with 13 as a kicker. Create 9 core ally tokens. For 12 for 9, that alone is solid. But if you pay, 25 total.
Let's get to the gameplay.
Create 18 core ally tokens instead. Yeah, the value's not necessarily there. I would rather play 2 Conqueror's Pledge cards instead of 1 because you get the same number of ally tokens and you save a mana. However, that's not how we're going to be playing this. We're going to be playing this some way to get it cheated, somehow drawing a card and getting full mana for it, and then creating these tokens. My question is, what are core ally tokens? Are they considered soldiers? Are they just core allies? I'd like to see what they are and how they come out. And do they stack in leaders? Because leaders are back. One leader in particular I'm really excited about. All right, so let's move on. Let's get me up there. All right. Draina, the last Blood Chief. 16 mana for a flying legendary 6/6 vampire cleric. Black. When this creature attacks, pick one of the first 4 creature cards from target player's graveyard. When this creature attacks, pick one of the first 4 creature cards from target player's graveyard that is not legendary. Then, you return that card to the battlefield under your control. That creature gets +2/+2 and gains a vampire subtype. I love it. That's Reanimator from their graveyard if they're playing creatures. I'd like if it gave you both options from your graveyard or theirs, but it is what it is. Is it a chase card? It'll be one of those ones that I would like to play. I'd probably master it. It might have some type of role, but I doubt it's going to be something I go build around. So it's fun. You pull it, and it's you've got a limited collection. It's probably going to be a lot of fun. Emeria's Call, 15 mana, land forming, white card, spell card. Create 2 angel tokens. Then your non-angel creatures gain prevent damage until end of turn. This will be good based on the Shattered Skyclave token and the land forming function. I don't know how that's going to work. I don't know what type of synergy that's going to have. I don't like playing where I have to... I don't like having cards in my hand where I have to use them to protect my creatures. That's not a strategy I feel wins in this meta, especially with Song of Creation. You got to move. You got to be on the offensive. You got to be proactive in your builds, not reactive. I think that's a kiss of death for reactive builds, especially in Legacy if you're trying to make your standard builds compete in Legacy. So, no, I don't think this is a good card yet. Definitely not a chase card. All right, next. There we go. Forsaken Monument, 15 mana, legendary artifact. While on the board, your colorless creatures get +5/+5. That's pretty brutal. When you match 3 or more loyalty gems, gain 3 mana. That's really great. When you cast a colorless card, gain 6 life. Functional. Is it a chase card? I don't know. It would depend on the rest of when on the board your colorless creatures get +5/+5. If it made your creatures base power 5/5, that would be huge. Yeah, when you match 3 more. Functional, I think this is trying to, is this better than a Chromatic Orrery? I don't think so. I think a Chromatic Orrery would be better than this. It's a little more expensive, but does it replace that? No, not really. So it's okay. I like it. I don't know if it's not a chase card for me. Not yet. All right. Gideon, Ally of Zendikar. Nice. It's a Vanguard, 11 mana. I don't know what all that stuff means. 4 shields. Okay, so his passive ability at the beginning of combat on your turn, the first creature in your party gets +5/+5 and gains prevent damage until end of turn. That's kind of cool for creatures with Berserk. That would be kind of neat. All right, so we'll like that. Your creatures get +X until end of turn. X is the number of members in your party. Okay, so this is all party-based. It's a party in his pants over here for Gideon. It's a second ability. Meh. Create 4 ally... Yeah. No, I'm not impressed with that. If you like playing White Weenie, this is a great tool for you. With so many good, especially with like Subira and so many other great low-level 3 power cards, there's really no room on the board for tokens, so that means in your passive ability is the best thing that you can get out of it. And okay, that's pretty powerful for an 11, but is there another way to beef up your creatures or to do something that would help to reinforce your creatures that would be a little more proactive? And this is temporary. It's only until end of your turn. So yeah, I don't think this is the best. In fact, I'm going to say not only is it not a chase card, I don't think it's a very good card. Oh no. Momentary glitch, but I am back with you. All right, let's go back to it. All right, so I got 13 mana for Grakmaw Skyclave Ravager, legendary black-green 1/1 Hydra Horror. When this creature enters the battlefield, it gets +5/+5. Okay. When a creature you control dies, if that creature was buffed, this creature gets +2/+2. When this creature dies, so it's only if it's buffed, create a Corpse-born Hydra token, then that creature gets +X/+X. X is this creature's power. Okay, so fun. Timmy. It's a little Timmy. 13 for a 6/6 on the board is pretty good. If cards like... what is his name? I forget the one that gives --. Comment below, let me know which card it is. Or hey, editor, why don't you put the card up on the board that gives all the creatures -1/-1. He's a fun card for Morbid. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to see how this card plays out. It'll be interesting for sure. All right. Guul Draz Specter. 15, flying, 5/5 black, Specter. As long as your opponent doesn't have any cards in their hand, this creature gets +5/+5. So he becomes a 10/10. When you discard a card from your hand, this creature gains double strike until end of turn. When your first creature attacks, your opponents discard the last card without mana from their hand. Look at this. So it gets, if they have no cards in their hand, which is a discard ability, that's, you know, I love playing that, then it's 5/5. So it's a 10/10. When you discard a card from your hand, so do that with some synergy with all kinds of different cards we have right now that are doing discard, which I love, gives double strike. So you're swinging with a 10/10 double strike, right? So that's 20 points of damage you're going to be doing per turn with this bad boy. When your first creature attacks, your opponent discards the last card without mana from their hand. So, yeah, keep their cards dry keep their hand dry of cards, and this could be something that goes out there. Is it a chase card? No, it's too janky. As much as I love it, it's a little too janky. Oh, I'm going to build around it because I love this style, and I'm going to go build something that does this. But, you know, it's one of those things where it would be a novel build. It wouldn't be a super competitive build, in my opinion. All right, moving on. So many good rares. There's Jace. There he is. All right, Jace, the Mind Sculptor. 14 mana, 4 shield, Vanguard Jace. Pick 2 of the first 4 cards from your target player's library, fetch those cards, then destroy the others. So I can pick from mine or my opponent's deck. Interesting, I like that. For 14 mana. -4, and that's a +2. -4, if your opponent has 5 or less cards in hand, return target opposing creature to your opponent's hand. Kind of lame. I mean, there's cheaper cards and cheaper ways to do that, so I don't think I'd ever -4 for that. In fact, let's do... I really don't like that. That's kind of garbage. And then third is -12. Destroy the top 10 cards of your opponent's library. Mill 30. Each non-Vanguard card in your hand gains full mana. Ooh, full mana. I love that. So yes, I do want Jace. With them, so this gives some... This is a conversation I've been having for the longest time. This card gives value then to Mill. Mill's stupid. In Puzzle Quest, it's dumb. We have unlimited cards. Mill is dumb unless we're doing it to ourselves and we're trying to reanimate creatures out of our board. Milling our opponent does nothing. It literally impacts them 0 other than having cards in their graveyard for us to do stuff with. Like the only card that I've seen that matters is Scapslix, or it's in the Judgment Legacy card set. You mill them for a bunch and then you attack them with Scalplix or whatever it is, and then you deal damage to them based on how many cards they have in their graveyard. That's a play. That's a game ender. That's a win strategy. That's a win con. Just in standard right now, we don't have anything like that. Unless they introduced it here. All right. I haven't seen anything like that. But I do love the ability to mill. You see, they got to have it 30. Right, so now that we've got Gyruda, you can do some stuff that way. I don't know. This is interesting. Is it a chase card? I want it just so I can play with it. The jury is out until we figure out if we can make that viable. So that's my opinion there. Should you chase it? If it's between that and another set, that wouldn't be one that makes me go do it. Kaza Royal Chaser 12, Haste, Legendary Flying, Blue-Red, 4/5 Human Wizard. When you activate a loyalty ability, the cost of the first spell card in your hand is reduced by X until end of turn. X is 2 plus the number of wizard cards you control. Wizardry, your wizard creatures get +2/+2 until end of turn. Wizard Tribal, you got 3 creatures you can get on the board.
See, all those cards in hand that aren't going and doing
listen
anything,
to me, those Octagon. Hey, Wizard, or Wizard, yeah, it's Octagon that puts this stuff out. If you're going to do stuff like this, especially in a Mythic, you got to make it where it's
this is why it's important you have creatures.
If I have multiple creatures in one, you got to count my reinforcements. You got to count all of the reinforcements as part of that. It's the only thing that makes these things playable. As it sits right now, it's kind of garbage. I definitely wouldn't play this.
It adds up.
I'll test it out, but I'm not going to say that it's worthwhile. All right, moving on.
We're getting a spinner.
Masterpiece, Kazul, Tyrant of the Cliffs. 15 mana, legendary, 8/7. He's a red ogre warrior. He's an ogre. When an opposing creature attacks, if your opponent controls more creatures than you, including creatures' reinforcement. See, that's right. Create an ogre token under your control. Come on, man. When your opponent drains mana from their hand for a kicker effect, reinforce your ogre creatures. That's pretty boss. That would be a lot of fun.
That kills that
but who's going to be playing kickers? Will kickers see play? I don't typically like cards that are conditional based on your opponent's play style.
Ready to swing
so
with trample.
I don't know. We'll see if kickers are going to be worthwhile. I like the guy. Is he a chase card? No, but I'd love to play with him. And there's this card is actually.
Let's just
cover that another time. It's not legendary. We're keeping it to legendary only. All right, so Kiora, Master of the Depths. I love Kiora. 10. 4 mana or 4 shield Vanguard Kiora. When you drain mana from your hand for a kicker effect, your first creature gets +1/+1. Then you may have it fight target opposing creature. Okay, some synergy. Pick one of the first. So it's +1 ability. Her +1 ability is pick one of the first 3 cards from your library. Fetch that card. If that card has a kicker, convert 3 gems to your planeswalker's colors.
Winds up winning, maybe. Plus, it has life, so it winds
minus
up
-8 crit and octopus token.
In between,
I'm not impressed.
Or games,
I don't think this is going to take up a slot in my board at all. Because you get 4 shield when you start. You +1, so you get 5 shield. Awesome. Turn 1.
That's the popper
Turn 2, you're at 6.
Lots of different things we can do.
Turn 3, you're at 7. Turn 4, you're at 8. So in 4 turns in, you've got it unless you can reinforce this creature quickly. And we don't have
something that's good. Maybe your turn fetch your first creature card from your library.
Well, Song could do it, but we don't have Blue Sun Zenith.
She gets a little bit of
just comboing off. If we can combo off and do it in the first turn, you're getting an 8/8 with reach. Maybe.
Let me just show you the real build.
That's a lot, man. That's a lot. I don't think I like that at all. So I'd say to that. All right. So Leyline Tyrant. Ooh, 17. I like the word Leyline. Flying red 7/7 Dragon. When a player matches 3 or more red gems, the first red card in your hand gains 2 mana. Okay. When this creature dies, you may drain all the mana from each red card in your hand. If you do, deal X damage to your opposing target. X is the amount of mana drained this way. Okay. It's kind of janky. It's kind of wonky. It's okay. Light Mine Field. 13 mana, white, 4 shield enchantment. When a creature attacks, deal X damage to that creature. X is the number of that creature's reinforcements. Okay? When an opposing creature is reinforced, gain 1 loyalty. Yeah, that's... Unless you're playing against like a token deck, I don't see the point of this at all. This is really... And it's a masterpiece. This is pretty weak, man. Pretty weak. I don't like that at all. Linvala, Keeper of the Silence, 12 mana. Legendary Flying 6/7 White Angel. While in the battlefield, your opponent can't trigger their activated gems created by supports or creatures. Super janky, super... That's what I'm looking for. Super conditional. I mean, you would sideboard this kind of card against something that really does activated gems. I don't know. I don't think that's very playable. I don't think that's worthwhile. And it's a masterpiece. Like, I could see it as a mythic or a rare, but Linvala, Shield of the Seagate, 18 mana. Whew, Defender. I don't know what that... party, wizard stuff. Flying, blue, white, 6/6, angel wizard. That's a lot. At the beginning of the combat on your turn, if you have a full party, disable target opposing creature until the beginning of your next turn. So let me read that again. At the beginning of the combat, it just should be at the beginning of combat on your turn. If you have a full party, disable target opposing creature until the beginning of your next turn. Lame. When this creature dies, your creature gains hexproof and prevent damage until the beginning of your next turn. Not a mythic, man. I just don't see that being mythic worthy. I think that's kind of lame. And it's 18/8 for a 6/6 flyer. Yeah, I don't think that's very good. Woo, don't do that. All right, Lithoform Engine. Okay, so I'm excited to see this because in Paper Magic I thought this might be broken. I haven't read it yet. We're reading it together for the first time. 18 mana, legendary, 4 shield, artifact. When you activate your first loyalty ability, destroy and trigger 3 of your activated gems. I like it already. I like it already. When you activate your second loyalty ability, copy the first spell in your hand. It gains half of its mana. I like that less. When you activate your third loyalty ability, reinforce a creature you control. No, it could have been so much better. I was hoping this would be broken. For 18, the only real thing that's super playable is the first ability. When you activate your first loyalty ability, destroy the trigger. 3 of your activated gems. See, this is interesting because it's based on maybe I'd have to test this like crazy. It's tied to your planeswalker. So if your planeswalker's got a great third and a terrible first, like there's some planeswalkers I never use their first, and there's some planeswalkers I use their first like crazy. I spam the tar out of it, and this would work well for that. And then the only thing that would work is if you have activated gems with it. So if you don't, then it just doesn't fit. I don't know. It could have a place, it could not. I'm not sure. Oh, I can't wait to look at Lotus Cobra. All right, Lullmage Mentor, 15 mana, Merfolk Wizard, 5/5 blue. When an effect you control drains mana from a card in your opponent's hand, create a Merfolk token. Okay, when a Merfolk creature you control attacks, drain X mana from the first non-creature card in your opponent's hand. X is 1 plus the number of that creature's reinforcements. Okay, so this is a self-contained card, and those I like for triggered abilities. I don't have to, I can and should build around this, like with drain mana cards and spells that way, but this does it in itself. When an effect you control drain, it's not spell or support or anything, it's when anything you control drains mana from a card in your opponent's hand, create a Merfolk token. When a Merfolk creature you control attacks, drain X mana from the first non-creature card in your opponent's hand. X is 1 plus the number of the creatures reinforced. So anytime I'm draining, I'm reinforcing my Merfolk token. I'm assuming it's a 1/1, maybe with not reach, but maybe, I don't know, maybe some type of evasion. I don't think it's going to have flying or anything like that. So I like it. I'd have to see what other cards I can build around with it to break it per se, but it seems like it's got enough structure because it's self-contained to be a breakable card. So interesting. Moving on. Ooh, that was pretty. Oh, I like that color, that picture. Can't wait to get. Oh, I love the full art stuff. It's so good. I have very little of them because I don't spend resources on them. I want the main cards, but all right, there we go. 19, Morag, Fury of Aquam. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. My apologies to Morag and his family at Aquam. 9/9, red, Minotaur warrior creature. While on the battlefield, your other creatures gain bravery. Okay. When a creature you control attacks, it gets plus X until end of turn. X is equal to their own reinforcements. So it's not a non-token creature, it's just any creature. So tokens. Landfall red, reinforce each creature you control until end of turn. I wish that would stay longer. Okay, maybe we can break this. Maybe we can do some stuff with it. I have to test. Tokens are the first thing that jumped to my mind to really start beefing up. Red-white tokens, maybe a red-white planeswalker. I don't know, we'll see. Okay, moving on. Oh my God, look at that. That is beautiful. I want that card. I'm gonna go get that full art card. That's a beautiful card. All right, anyways, moving on. Ooh, don't do that. Mul Daya Channeler, 11 mana for a 5/5 green elf druid shaman. When you draw a creature card, this creature gets +3/+3. When you draw a land card, convert 3 gems to your planeswalker's colors. Each of these effects can trigger up to 1 time per turn. All right, so when you draw a creature card, this creature gets +3/+3. When you draw a land card, convert 3 gems to your planeswalker's colors. That could have some impact. I'd like to test this. The challenge is it's only once per turn. That's really lame. Really lame. So you got to draw both on your opponent's turn and on your turn somehow. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. Myriad Construct. 18 mana for a defender, 4 kicker, 8/8 artifact construct. So Timmy-wise, when I say Timmy, I mean, oh, I've got a big creature. That's a solid. If 18 for an 8/8 is pretty good. Artifact construct. When this creature, so if you pay the kicker for 4, so if you pay 22, which isn't that much, when this creature enters the battlefield, it gets +X/+X. X is the number of land supports and land support reinforcements on the board. Yes, I like that. That gives you a strong reason to go just womp on all types of these. When this creature becomes the target of a spell your opponent controls, destroy this creature. Oh, that sucks. Then create Y construct tokens. Wait, when this creature becomes a target of a spell your opponent controls, destroy this creature, then create Y construct tokens. Y is this creature's power. Okay, so you pay the kicker, which is 4. This creature enters the battlefield, it gets +X+X. X is the number of land supports. So let's say you got 4, let's say you got 6 supports out on the board with reinforcement. So it becomes a 14/14. This dies, you create Y construct tokens. 14, I'm assuming they're 1/1s, maybe 2/2s, but I doubt that. I think they're going to be 1/1s. If they're 2/2s, then it's worth it to destroy this. Killer Instinct and Legacy would be worthwhile with this once those rotate out. But we'll see. That's interesting. I like it. We're going to have to see what it does. I'd like to see some more artifact or construct synergy in the rest, but I haven't seen anything yet, so let's go. All right, that's rare. That's beautiful. Let's see. Rare. Going to Mythics and Masterpiece. All right. Nirkana Revenant, 15 mana, black 6/6, creature vampire shade. At the beginning of your turn, your black mana bonus is increased by 2 until end of turn. I dig it. Landfall black. This creature gets +6/+6 until end of turn. Yeah, there's Bone Miser is quickly becoming one of my favorite decks to build around, one of cards to build around. And in his case, one of his abilities is when you discard a land support, you convert black mana on the board. I think it's like 3. So it's clunky right now, but we'll get some synergy with it to be able to get that thing to work. And this could go really, really well with it. This could be the kill engine. So yes, I definitely want this. Is it a chase card? I won't know until I see how synergistically it works together, but I really like this card. In fact, not just heart, I care for it. All right, Nissa Shadow Bows. This is the one I've been waiting to see. It's rare though, it's not mythic. We'll have to do that in the next one. All right, there's the mythic version. Nissa Ravane, 15 mana, 3 shield, Vanguard Nissa. Fetch the first elf card from your library, gains half of its mana. Okay, I don't hate on that. +1. You gain 3 life for each elf you control. Okay, it's another +1. I don't hate that. Fetch the first 3 different elf cards from your library. Those cards gain full mana. Okay. Yeah, elf synergy. You're going to play some elf synergy. I like this. Is it a chase card? No, not yet. Not until we see all the elves and what plays into this. If you can have elves that do the party thing too, like different elf party members, maybe it factors in. I have to see. We'll see. I dig it. All right, moving on. Oh my gosh, look at that. Ob Nixilis the Fallen, 13, creature demon, 6/6, landfall black. Your opponent loses 6 life, and this creature gets +3/+3. I don't know. We'll have to see. Maybe that has some synergy with that Bone Miser deck, but he's just a straight Timmy card. Big for a little bit of mana conversion. Okay, I dig it. Obsidian Fireheart, 13 mana, 7/7 red, elemental, trap, 4. Deal 4 damage to your opponent's planeswalker. Okay, whenever they match your gems, trap gems, they take 4 damage. When your opponent matches one of their activated gems, deal 4 damage to your opponent's planeswalker. Again, situational, conditional. It's got Berserk. It's a Timmy card. I'm not impressed. It might be okay. Abun Mul Daya Ancestor, 14, bravery, legendary, white, red, green. I like triple color cards. 6/6, elf spirit. Okay, so that counts for that Nissa build. At the beginning of the combat on your turn, your first other creatures get +X/+X and gain haste and trample until end of turn. X is this creature's power. Cool. So they get +6/+6 if this isn't buffed. Landfall, target creature you control gets +1/+1. This effect can trigger up to 3 times per turn. So the trick here is with each landfall, you give him +1/+1. So you make him 9 per turn. Then he's giving that bonus of +9 to the other 2 creatures you have on the board. Pretty beefy. I really like this. I think this can synergize real well in some elf builds or in some just straight combo beatdown decks, and it goes in green, red, or white. Yeah, I think that's good. And if you have Fiery Emancipation on the board, he counts for double strike. Ooh, baby. Yeah, I actually really like this. Let's go ahead and say this. Is it a chase card? I'm going to say yes. I'm gonna guess yes right now because I think there's some synergy. Is he going to replace other cards in like a Subira deck or something like that? I don't know. We'll have to see. Powerful though. I like it. All right, here he is. This guy is broken in paper. Omnath Locus of Creation. He should have been banned. He's not. 16 mana for a 4-color 7/7 elemental. Okay, here we go. Landfall blue, draw a card. Okay, landfall white, gain 4 life. Landfall green, convert 4 gems to blue, red, or white. That's exciting. So if you play green mana conversion, you convert 4 gems to blue, red, or white. It should be and white. It should be a masterpiece, and they should have done that. Landfall red, deal 4 damage to your opponent's planeswalkers. Here's the kicker. Each of these side effects can trigger up to 1 time per turn, so you can only do it once per turn. So there's no ramping with this unless you wipe the board of him and then put another one out, and then you can continue to do it. Is it a chase card? I'm going to say No. I'm actually going to say no. It's not a chase card. I think it's a really, really, really good card. I think it could be really good, but I don't think it's a chase card. I will let you know once I've tested it. All right. And I gotta have that card. Look at that card. Oh my god, that is great. This card also fits really well with Karn, because when you fetch a card that has multiple colors, you gain mana bonuses for all those colors with his first ability. And the more colors they've got, the better. That is freaking gorgeous. Look at that. I have to have that. I want that. Okay, that's a chase card for me. I want that. All right, moving on. Next, Aura Skyclave Hierophant. This is 13 mana for a white-black 6/6 lifelink legendary core cleric. When a creature card you own with the cleric subtype is destroyed, return the first cleric card that costs less than the destroyed card from the graveyard to the battlefield. Okay. Okay. If Veto costs less, then maybe he has some room, but because of the lifelink. But yeah, I'm not impressed with that. Not a chase card. That's cool. Not chase worthy. All right, moving on. Pestilence Demon. 17 mana, creature demon, 9/8 black, activate 7 black, deal 1 damage to each creature, then each player loses 2 life. That's both sides. That counts for against you too. Okay. It's a cool looking card. It's not chase worthy though. Phylath, World Sculptor. 24 mana, 8/8 red-green elemental. When this creature enters the battlefield, create X force tokens. X is the number of green gems. That's really powerful. Landfall green, target elemental creature you control gets +X/+X. This effect can trigger up to 2 times per turn. X is the number of green gems. That's solid. This is a chase card. I think this can be really broken. When this creature enters the battlefield, create X force tokens. X is the number of green gems. So with a lot of green gem conversion that's out there, especially with like Nissa and stuff, this is a natural fit. And with those cards, 24 mana is nothing. And if you're playing like a Fire Emancipation red-green deck build or something like that, dude, this guy can get out of hand really, really quickly. I dig this completely. I think this is a really good card. Good card. And that is the card you want to chase right there. That's purty. I'm sure you're going to have to go craft it or do something ridiculous. But I like it and I want it. Moving on. All right, Rampaging Baloths. 16 green, 8/8 with trample. Landfall, create a beast token. Okay. Not chasey, but big Timmy. I dig it. It would work well with, what's the other card? The Beast. Oh, with Garruk. He's going to work good with Garruk Unleashed. Rites of Replication. Actually, hold on. Before we go on, let me relook at that guy real quick. All right. So if you use this in a Garruk build, Rampaging Bala 16, you fetch him, use your second ability, and then you give him leader for beast. And every time you have a landfall, he creates a beast token with unlimited. I changed my mind. This is a chase card. This is a chase card for Garruk specifically. This is the only creature or planeswalker that can use this and abuse this till its nth ability. I'd love to see more beast tokens available that you can kind of ramp into and use, but this will work well with that. This is specifically designed just to make Garruk a pain in the tail feathers. I digress. I was wrong. That is a chase card. If you have Garruk Unleashed. That's what I'm going to say. Rite of Replication 14. Here we go. Blue spell card. I love the name. Rite of Replication already. You're making me excited here, bro. You're making me very excited. And it's got a 15 mana kicker. What? Disable target creature until the beginning of your next turn. If it's an opposing non-token creature, create a copy of it on the battlefield under your control. Otherwise, reinforce it. That creature gains hexproof. Reinforce that copy 4 additional times. Bro, come on. What I really like about Kicker, and I'm not sure how this is going to work, but if I can cast this spell, let's do Genesis Ultimatum and give this thing full mana. And then I have cards with full mana in my hand because of Genesis Ultimatum. This is one of them. When I cast this, I can take that mana from cards that I don't want. I can sequence my cards on the next turn and do it then. This is ridiculous. This is such a broken... Oh, I'm going to break the... And I must comment. Bam, baby. Yes. Excellent card. I love it. I'm excited. Moving on. I love the name. I love the play. It's going to be fantastic. All right. Sarkhan the Mad, 15. So they're taking all the old planeswalkers, the ones that are no good anymore, and they're making them vanguards. That's about where they should live. 7 shield, 7 loyalty right out the gate. Pick one of the first 3 cards from your library, fetch that card, then each player loses 6 life. There's only minus abilities on this. Interesting. Interesting. Pick one of the first 3 cards from your library, fetch that card, then that. Okay, so it's just a fetch. Nothing special there. Destroy the last creature target player controls. Then create a red dragon token under that player's control. That creature gains bravery. So weenie token, destroy it. -3. Brings you down to 4. Your dragon creatures gain double strike and trample until end of turn. This would work stupid well with a synergy for Fire Emancipation. And it might be something that's worth pursuing there in a build. He might have some spot play. Scourge of the Skyclaves, 9 mana for a 3/3 demon. Kicker 15, when you cast this card, each player loses up to 20 life. This effect can't reduce player's life below 1 life. When this creature enters the battlefield, it gets +X/+X. X is the amount of life your opponent lost this turn. That's brutal. That is brutal. Never mind the first ability. That second ability is going to be fantastic. That's definitely going into my veto deck. Yeah. Although he may not be needed, but I'd still dig it. And then give him lifelink somehow. Yeah, I liked it. For me, this is a chase card for my veto deck, just because I like that synergy. Is he a chase card on his own? No, he's a chase card with the right card. So if you have veto, if you have the Angel of Destiny, I think this guy, or with Grimswold, that guy, you know what I'm talking about. He's flashing on this. Well, he may be not, but Griswold, and he could basically make this guy swing for the win with haste. So it's good. I like it. Chase for me. All right, next, Scute Mob. 6 mana. I forget what that means. Oh, it's Leader. Yes, 3/3. Leader Insect. At the beginning of your turn, this creature gets +X/+X. X is equal to the 1 plus the number of your land supports. Yeah, I don't know about that. I like the Leader function, so I'm going to want it just because I'm going to chase it for my deck builds. With Leader and Volrath, and then there's another card that's in here that's better than Volrath because it's a spell, not a creature, and it doesn't take up a slot, so I like that quite a bit. Scute Swarm is a rare, and I love that art. There's another one. Seagate Restoration, 16. Okay, here we go. Spell card. Draw up to 5 cards, then for each card you can't draw this way, you gain 2 loyalty. Oh, I like that. Landform and create a Seagate Reborn token. All right. So if I can cheat this card out with a full hand, I can get up to 10 loyalty. No, not good. Not good. Not enough. Not enough. If you gave me 3 loyalty for each one of them, that would give me a lot more loyalty. Yeah, no, this isn't good. I don't even need to go into the reasons why. Not enough loyalty, too much janky, maybe some janky build win conditions because of it, and the only other thing that'll make it good, let me put a caveat here. Landforming, create a Seagate Reborn token. I don't know what that token's going to do, and that might be great. That would be the strength of the card, not the actual main ability of the card. So, moving on. Seagate Stormcaller. 9 mana with a 9 kicker, 5/4 human wizard. Timmy-wise, 9 for a 5/4. That's strong. Wizard, this creature gets +1/+1, so every other wizard you cast, does it include itself? So it's a 6/5? I don't know. When this creature enters a battlefield, copy the first non-copy spell in your hand with base mana cost 11 or less. That has full mana. That copy gains full mana. Disable that copy until the end of your turn. Okay, this is a chase card. I love it. I want it. Then repeat this effect if you do kicker 9. Yeah, that doesn't work. That's broken. Because if I do kicker, I have to have 2 cards with full mana in my hand. And then I have to have 9 mana sequence in advance to pull it off. That's tough, man. That's a lot of thinking. But it's a chase card for me because I think there's a way to break that. Yeah, I like it. Well, I think I'll like it. We'll see. I'm prone to it. Don't do that. Shatter Skull Smashing, 6 mana, 10 stored mana, spell card red with landforming. Deal X damage divided equal amongst each opposing creature. If X is 6 or more, deal X times 2 damage instead. X is this card's stored mana. So we could do potentially 10. Deal X times 2, so that would be 20 damage amongst any creatures there. So if they got 1 creature, it's taking 20. If they got 2 creatures, they're taking 10 each. If they got 3, they're taking 7.5. Is it rounded up? Equally... they didn't do the rounding thing. That's interesting. And then create a Shatter Skull, Hammer Pass. Okay, I like it. Is it a chase card? I don't know. It will depend on the Shatter Scroll and the Hammer Pass stuff. I don't know. Moving on. I'm going to say no right now until we understand what those are. All right, Skyclave Relic, 9 mana with a 9 kicker, and it's unbreakable. 2 shield, support card artifact. This support can't be reinforced. Okay, I like it so far. Activate 2, convert 2 gems to your Planeswalker's color. So I can have multiples of these going off. Kicker 9, when you cast this card, create 2 copies of Skyclave Relic on the board under your control. So for 18 mana, right, with 9 in casting and 9 from your hand, you get 3 of these, and every turn convert 2 gems to your Planeswalker's colors. Yeah, this is a chase card, because if you're playing a 1 or 2 color build, this could go off. And if you have, even if you're only doing, oh yeah, if you can do the kicker, it's going to be more mana efficient. I really like this card. Yeah, I think this, it's not uncommon. Yeah, I like it. I think it's really good. Moving on. That one's exciting, actually. That's going to be fun to be breaky. All right, Sorin Markov, 15 mana, 4 shield, Vanguard Sorin. Your first ability, +1, your opponent loses 3 life, and you gain 3 life. Okay? Second ability, -2, exchange the first card in your hand for the first card in your opponent's hand. Those cards gain half of their mana. So you give them some janky card, and you take something that they've been storing up. Okay. Maybe that's kind of hand control. I kind of like that. -9, your opponent loses 20 life. Okay. Not a chase card, but I'd like to play it. I think it's janky. God. Hey, these full art cards, they really brought it, man. They look gorgeous. Stoneforge Mystic. I've already looked at this one. 8 mana, white, 4/5, creature core artificer. When this creature enters the battlefield, pick one of the first 4 different equipment cards from your library, fetch that card. When this creature attacks, move the first equipment card from your hand onto the board under your control. Not chase worthy, but I like it. I like free stuff, so I gotta like it. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what supports are on. I haven't seen anything that really blows me away, though, so far. Not in Mythics and Masterpieces, at least. But they are pretty cool. All right, Tazri, Beacon of Unity, 21 mana. Legendary, Wizardry, whatever that thing is. 7/9, Human Warrior. While in your hand, this card costs 3 less for each member of your party. Oh, it's party. That's what it is. Activate 1 of each color. Fetch up to 1 Cleric, Rogue, Warrior, and Wizard from your library. It gains 5 mana. So that's kind of cool. I like it if party is good. If party is good, then this could be a good card. 21 for a 7/9. If it had lifelink, that'd be something else. I don't know. If it needs one more ability, it feels like. It needs something else to put it over the top. It's definitely a big card, but not for 21 mana. I mean, cheat it out, but there you go. All right, next. Theta Adel Acquisitor? I don't know what that means. 10. I don't have a word. Somebody define that for me. She can't be blocked. 5/5 Merfolk Rogue. When this creature deals combat damage to your opponent's Planeswalker, fetch the first artifact card from your opponent's library. Move that card to play under your control. Janky. They have to have artifacts. Not just supports, but artifacts. So, yeah, not chase worthy, but kind of fun. Let's see. All right. Tuktuk the Explorer. I love the name. 8 mana, haste, berserk, 4/4, goblin. When this creature dies, because he's got a death wish, your first goblin creatures get +X/+X, gains defender and trample, then it gains the artifact and golem subtypes. X is equal to the highest shield among supports on the board. That's not till end of turn. That's a permanent bump. So yeah, I like that. Is it a chase card? No, but I think it would have some functionality. I think it's kind of fun. All right. Turn Timber Symbiosis, 18 mana, green spell card. Pick one of the first 4 different creature cards from your library. Move that card to play under your control. Yes. Then if that creature's base cost is 11 or less, it gets +6/+6. Yes, yes. Landforming, create, turn to... Yes, that's a complete chase card. 18 mana for a fetch card. And buffs it if it's tiny. Brilliant. And you get to choose. Pick one of the first 4 different creature cards from your library. So you can go get a creature that needs something big, or to become something bigger, or that fills a role, maybe like a party member, or something that gives everything else bonus when it hits the board. And then if it costs 11 or less, you give it +6/+6. Solid, dude. This card is a mythic card. That's a great card. That could even qualify as a masterpiece. That's such a good card. Pretty. Vengevine. 12 mana for a green haste. And it also has 12 from the graveyard as well. 6/5. What is that? Reanimator. Elemental. When you cast a creature, if this card's in your graveyard, it gains 6 mana. That is stupid good. Like, that is so dumb good. That's I don't need anything else. Then you add prowess. This creature gets +2/+2 permanently. Absolute chase card. Green is running away with it so far, my friends. Green is just rocking this card set. Verazol, the split current 8 with 8 stored mana, 1/1 Serpent. When this creature enters the battlefield, it gets +X/X. X is this card's stored mana. So you can make this a 9/9 for a 9/9 for 16. Dude, that's Timmy all the way. I love it. I love it. When you drain mana from your hand for a kicker effect, if this creature is buffed, you may have this creature get -2/-2. If you do, copy the first card with kicker from your hand against full mana, disable that card, disable that copy until the end of your turn. So I don't like the disable part. Everything else is good. I think it's really powerful. Is it a chase card? We'll see. I like it. I think for me, I want to go play with it and test. At the very minimum, just at the core top, 18 or 16 for a 9/9, forget about it. That's great. Yeah, it's a chase card. Go get it for green and blue, as a matter of fact. All right, Worn Instigator, 10 mana, double strike, 3/3 Goblin Berserker. When this creature deals combat damage to your opponent's Planeswalker, the first Goblin card in your hand gains full mana. Double strike. Yes, this is a chase card. Absolutely. Goblin Goliath, meet your new best friend, Worn Instigator. You guys are going to get along swimmingly. Swimmingly. I love it. Powerful card. Simple. Look at that. Look how simple that was. And it's just a chase card. Rexiel, the Rising Deep, 20. 8/11, right? Better value from the other one, 9/9 for 16. This one's 20 to get it with the legendary Kraken. As long as the total of black and blue gems is 15 or more, this creature gains unblockable. Okay, decent. When this creature deals combat damage to your opponent's Planeswalker, pick one of the first 4 different spell cards from your opponent's graveyard. Fetch that card against full mana, chase card. You had me at pick one of the first 4 spell cards from an opponent's graveyard. Fetch that card. You had me at full mana. That's all you had to say. Full mana, chase card. Love it. Plus, it's unblockable. If you give it double strike, you can get 2 cards from there. I mean, come on. Come on. Great card. Great card. All right. Yashamn, Implacable Earth. 15 mana for a white-green 7/7 elemental boar. While on the battlefield, your land supports gain resilient. Don't know what that means. Maybe they don't get destroyed. And if that's the case, that's actually pretty cool. When this creature enters a battlefield, fetch the first 2 different cards with land forming from your library. When a creature dies, exile it instead. Okay. We'll see. You'd have to have like a land support deck that this could beef up and maybe be a spot role play for it. I don't know. Interesting. Let's see. Zagras, Thief of Heartbeats. Oh, you stole my heart, Zagras. 16 mana, party, death touch, legendary, haste, flying, 5/5 red, black, vampire rogue. While in your hand, this card costs 2 less to cast for each member in your party. While on the battlefield, your other creatures gain death touch. When a member of your party deals damage to your opponent's Planeswalker, destroy an opposing Vanguard support. Okay. Okay, 16 for a 5/5 with all those abilities is decent. It's a decent exchange. I don't know if that's something I would play over like this. Zareth San, the Trickster, 15 mana, haste, flash. Very important. 6/6, Merfolk Rogue. At the beginning of the combat on your turn, if this card's in your hand and you control another rogue that is not named Zareth San, the Trickster, you may return that card to your hand. If you do, move this card from your hand onto the battlefield under your control. Not attacking. If it said attacking, that would make it perfect. When this creature deals combat damage to your opponent's Planeswalker, pick one of the first 3 non-spell cards from your opponent's graveyard. Move that card to play under your control. Another stealer. I like it. This makes me want to play rogues. This makes me want to build a specific party deck. I think this could be effective, but we have to see. And I think that was the last one. That was it. That's a great one to end on. There are a lot of chase cards here, my friends. A lot of them. Which are you most excited about? Comment below. Let me know which ones you're looking for. And as always, I know this was a long one. We'll get to the rares here in another video. Just not time today. It's kind of my anniversary. My wife's in an appointment right now. I'm waiting for her. But I wanted to shoot this for you guys to get this done. Comment below. Subscribe, my friends. Join the party. Until our next quest. Swords up, my friends. I'm so excited for the set release. It's going to be amazing. See you then.